Good morning, everyone. And we have a major weather story developing across southern Ontario. Toronto and the Greater Toronto Area are being slammed by the second massive winter storm in just over a week. Environment Canada has issued a rare orange winter storm warning. And folks, this is the real deal. We're talking 20 to 40 centimeters of snow, with some areas potentially seeing even more than that. And here's something interesting. This storm is connected to a generational winter event hammering the United States right now. So, let's get right into it and break down exactly what you need to know today. All right, let's start with current conditions. If you're in downtown Toronto right now, you're looking at minus 13 degrees C, but it feels like minus 4. The skies are transitioning from clear to cloudy as the main snow band begins to push in from the southwest. Lake effect snow from Lake Ontario has already started impacting areas from western Northumberland County into the GTA. Now, the widespread heavy snow associated with this approaching system is developing as we speak this late morning. By 2 p.m. in Toronto, we're expecting moderate to heavy snowfall rates, with visibility dropping significantly. Winds are shifting to easterly at 30 kilometers, gusting up to 50, creating blowing snow conditions. Let me break this down by specific regions so you know exactly what to expect in your area. For Toronto, Mississauga, Beampton, Vaughan, Markham, and Richmond Hill, you guys are in the bullseye of this storm. We're forecasting 15 to 25 centimeters during the daytime hours today, with an additional 5 to 10 tonight. That puts your total storm accumulation between 20 and 35 centimeters, with localized amounts potentially hitting 40. The lake enhancement factor is really going to amp up totals across parts of the GTA through this afternoon. Then later this afternoon and evening, that enhancement zone shifts southward toward Oakville and Burlington as winds go northeasterly. If you're traveling on the 401, the 404, the 407, or the QEDW, please reconsider your plans. These major highways are going to be extremely hazardous with near whiteout conditions at times during peak snowfall. Moving east, Pickering, Ajax, Oshawa, Bowmanville, and Cobourg along the northern Lake Ontario shore are also under the orange warning. You're looking at similar totals, 20 to 30 centimeters, with the lake effect really boosting your numbers further east into Belleville and Kingston. Expect 20 to 25 centimeters from this system as it tracks through. Now, Holton region is under a yellow watch rather than an orange warning, but don't let that fool you. Milton, Oakville, Burlington, and Hamilton could still see up to 30 centimeters, especially later today and tonight. Areas north of Highway 407, including London and Barrie, you're on the northern fringe of the heaviest snow. You're looking at 10 to 20 centimeters, still significant, but not quite the same massive totals as the GTA. Let me talk about what's happening right now with impacts across the region, because this is already causing major disruptions. Toronto Pearson International Airport and Billy Bishop Airport are both reporting weather-related delays and some cancellations. If you have a flight today or tomorrow morning, check with your airline before heading to the terminal. Air Canada has warned that operations may be significantly impacted by this winter weather and the extreme cold. The TTC has cancelled a planned subway closure on Line 1 between Street George and Street Andrew stations. They made that smart decision to keep the subway running fully operational to help people avoid driving in this mess. We've already got power outages reported in Hamilton. About 635 to 935 homes and businesses affected. That's in the King Street East and Wellington Street North area, with crews working on repairs to damaged equipment. My goodness, and we haven't even hit the peak of the storm yet. So, expect more outages as the day goes on. Municipal crews across the GTA are out in full force with over 230 pieces of winter maintenance equipment in Vaughan alone. Beampton has deployed more than 360 snow removal vehicles, and they're ready to work around the clock. Toronto has activated surge staffing and new sidewalk plows to assist with snow clearing operations throughout the city. Now, here's something important. Parking enforcement is being taken very seriously during this major snow event. BMPton has already towed over 300 cars and issued more than $1 million in tickets since December. Fines have increased significantly. $250 for the first offense, $500 for the second, $750 for the third. If you're parked on a designated snow route right now, move your vehicle immediately or you will be towed. All right, let's talk about the timeline for the rest of today, because timing is everything with this storm. Through this afternoon into early evening, we're going to see the heaviest snowfall rates across the GTA. I'm talking 2 to 4 centimeters per hour at times, which is going to make it very difficult for plows to keep up. The snow is light and fluffy because of the extreme cold, so it's going to accumulate rapidly and blow around easily. By 6:00 p.m. tonight, most areas will have already picked up 15 to 20 centimeters, with more still falling. Wind gusts up to 60 kilometers per hour through Sunday evening are going to create widespread blowing snow. This is especially true in open areas and near the Lake Ontario shoreline, where visibility will drop to near zero. Late tonight around midnight, the heavy snow transitions to periods of light snow and flurries as the system begins to pull away. Winds will shift to northeasterly at 20 kilometers per hour, gusting to 40 with local blowing snow continuing. Overnight lows drop to minus 14 degrees, but with the wind chill it's going to feel like minus 22. So if you absolutely must be outside tonight, bundle up because frostbite can occur in just a minute. Now, let's look ahead to your extended forecast and what the rest of this week is going to bring. Monday morning, January 26th, your commute is going to be impacted by lingering light snow and ongoing cleanup operations. We're looking at a mix of sun and cloud with a 40% chance of flurries and a high of minus 7 degrees. Roads are still going to be snow-covered and slippery in many areas, so give yourself extra time Monday morning. Monday night stays cold with a low of minus 15, and the wind chill makes it feel like minus 22 overnight. Tuesday, January 27th, we're looking at cloudy skies with a 60% chance of flurries and a high of minus 7. Nothing major, just some light snow possible as we remain in this cold air mass that settled over the region. Wednesday brings a mix of sun and cloud, 60% chance of flurries, and once again, a high of minus 7. The pattern really stays locked in here, with below normal temperatures and occasional flurry activity through the week. Thursday, January 29th, we finally start to see a bit more sunshine with a mix of sun and cloud. High temperature drops a bit to minus 10, and it stays dry with cloudy periods overnight down to minus 15. Friday, January 30th, continues the trend with a mix of sun and cloud and a high of minus 70. The good news is that we don't have any additional major weather systems on the horizon through the end of the month. But here's the thing. None of this snow is going to melt because temperatures stay well below freezing. We're talking below normal temperatures continuing through the end of January and into the first few days of February. So all this snow we're getting today is going to stick around, which means ongoing challenges for snow removal. Cities are running out of places to put all the snow from last week's storm, and now we're adding another 20 to 40 centimeters on top. All right, let me give you some important safety information because this is a dangerous weather situation we're dealing with. First and foremost, avoid all non-essential travel today and tonight if you possibly can, especially during the evening rush hour. The City of Toronto is advising residents to stock up on groceries and stay home during the peak of this storm. If you absolutely must drive, slow down, maintain a safe following distance, and use gentle braking and acceleration. Keep your headlights on and give snow plows and emergency vehicles plenty of room to do their work safely. Remember, visibility can suddenly drop to near zero in heavy snow and blowing snow. So, be prepared for rapidly changing conditions. Now, we're also dealing with extreme cold on top of the snow, with wind chill values between minus 255 and minus 30 this morning. Exposed skin can develop frostbite in just minutes when the wind chill is below -30 degrees C. Vulnerable populations, including the elderly, children, and those with health conditions, are at the greatest risk here. Toronto has opened warming centers and surge sites across the city for anyone who needs a place to get out of the cold. Enhanced street outreach teams are conducting wellness checks and distributing blankets, warm clothes, and sleeping bags to those in need. Make sure you have emergency supplies ready at home in case of power outages. Flashlights, blankets, battery-powered radio, non-perishable food. Keep your phone charged. And if you do lose power, unplug sensitive electronics to protect them from surges when power is restored. All right, let's put this storm into context because I know some of you are thinking, didn't we just deal with this? And yes, you're absolutely right. This is the second major winter storm to hit the GTA in just over a week. The previous storm in mid-January shut down schools, closed highways, and triggered hundreds of collisions across the region. Some neighborhoods in the GTA picked up more than 30 centimeters of snow in a relatively short period during that event. And now we're potentially looking at similar or even higher amounts with this current system moving through today and tonight. What makes this particularly challenging is that municipalities are still dealing with the snow from last week's storm. They haven't had time to fully clear everything. And now they're getting hit again with potentially 40 centimeters in some areas. This storm is connected to a much larger weather pattern, a generational winter storm that's impacting the central and eastern United States. Southern Ontario is catching the northern edge of that massive system as it tracks through the Great Lakes region. The combination of that system and lake effect enhancement from Lake Ontario is what's creating these impressive snowfall totals. Now, I want to talk about model agreement and confidence levels because it's important you understand how confident we are in this forecast. Overall, confidence in the snowfall amounts and timing is fairly high, thanks to strong agreement among most weather models. The European model, the American GFS model, and the Canadian models are all showing similar solutions for this event. Where there's some uncertainty is in the exact placement of the heaviest snowfall bands and how much lake enhancement we'll see. A slight shift in the track of the low-pressure system could mean the difference between 25 centimeters and 40 centimeters for some areas, but the bottom line is everyone in the orange warning area should be prepared for significant snowfall today and tonight. This is not a situation where we're hedging our bets. This is a high-impact winter storm that's already underway. Looking further ahead into next week, the long-range models are showing the cold pattern persisting, but no major storms on the horizon. We'll continue to see clipper systems bringing occasional light snow and flurries, but nothing like what we're experiencing today. The Arctic air mass that settled over eastern Canada isn't going anywhere anytime soon, folks. We're looking at below normal temperatures likely continuing into the first week of February based on current long-range guidance. So bundle up, because winter is definitely here, and it's not letting go of southern Ontario for at least another week or two. All right, let me quickly recap the key points so you have everything you need to know in one place. Orange winter storm warning in effect for Toronto, and the GTA with 20 to 40 centimeters of snow expected today and tonight. Heaviest snowfall this afternoon through early evening with rates of 2 to 4 centimeters per hour and wind gusts to 60 kilometers per hour. Near whiteout conditions possible at times, making travel extremely hazardous on all major highways, including the 401, 404, 407, and QW. Extreme cold continues with wind chill values between -25 and -30, creating frostbite risk in minutes for exposed skin. Monday morning commute will be impacted by lingering snow and cleanup. So plan for extra travel time and slippery conditions. The cold pattern persists through the end of January and into early February with occasional flurries, but no major systems expect. This is a developing situation, and I'll be monitoring it closely and bringing you updates as conditions change throughout the day. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily weather update. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any important weather alerts, especially with active winter weather like we're seeing today. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I want to make sure you stay informed and stay safe during this significant winter storm. Remember, the best thing you can do today is stay home if possible and avoid being out on the roads during the worst of it. I'll see you in the next one with more updates on this storm and the extended forecast for the week ahead. Stay safe out there, Southern Ontario, and take care of each other during this winter.